Hi guys, welcome back to your Not So Ordinary Scrapbook channel. It's Friday. I really have not had a lot of time to scrapbook this week. I've been pretty busy. And as soon as I have one more client at 3:30, and then I can, we are leaving for Chicago for Brick World Chicago. So I thought I'd come in here and scrapbook just a tiny bit before I have to leave to see this kiddo, and then we're straight out the door and headed to Chicago, to our hotel. So last weekend I scrapbooked a little bit further than I was. I think I was, where was I? We had finished that. I think we had skipped this page because I had put this Amazon thing here, and I had said that I was going to add like a present behind it. So this is just a gift that we gave to Esme, and this just says, "Hey, here comes Santa Claus. Oops, Amazon," is what I decided to put, because all of our gifts last year came from Amazon. I don't think we bought one thing from anywhere else. This is the Toys for Tots that I did in the last video. I don't know that I finished this one. I don't think I did this one. This is day 23 again. This was day 23 too. Yeah. Ethan got a new car. He bought himself a Camaro. This is really the only car that he wanted. And he has worked really hard and saved his money, and so he had a pretty hefty down payment for this vehicle, and he's really proud of it. It's his dream car. You know, it's not brand new. It's a few years old, but he's happy with it, and it's a cute little car. I've ridden in it. It goes really fast, and I'm not used to that, very quickly. And I've talked to Ethan a couple times about just being careful driving, because it kind of scares me. So, but he is, for the most part, a safe driver. I mean, I think he's a safe driver. He's never had a ticket or accident so far, thank God. But, yeah, so that was his car that he got on December 23rd. And that was all I did. I don't think I went any further. So I'm just going to scrapbook a couple more pages. I did print out the rest of my photos, which makes me very happy. It took probably an entire afternoon to scrapbook all these pictures. I put them in order. And when these are done, that is it. That's all that we're doing. So this page here is going to be, this is also the 23rd. A lot happened on the 23rd, or out of order, actually. I think this is about right, because on the 23rd, we went to we made cookies. First of all, Esme spent the night before, and I promised her we'd make Christmas cookies the next day. I ran out of time. I had to run to Walmart to pick up stuff for Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, and while I was there, I saw these kits of already made cookies and sprinkles and frosting and all that stuff, and that's what we did. I brought it back. She was with me at Walmart, and so that was our making cookies. So basically, we didn't bake cookies. She just decorated them, and she was perfectly happy with that. So, and it was less work for me. And the cookies were pretty good too. So they were just basic sugar cookies. So the only thing is, there's only two shapes. There were stockings and trees. And that was it. But that's okay. That's enough for a 3-year-old to handle. So, and I let her do all the cookies by herself. So she decorated these all by herself. So I just sat there and watched her. Well, I shouldn't say I sat there and watched her. I put the frosting on. I spread the frosting on and I let her put the sprinkles on. So I guess I didn't completely just sit there and watch her. It's hot in here right now. This room gets stifling in the summertime. And I have a fan, like I said, there's a ceiling fan in here, but it blows all my stuff all over the place, which is not good for paper crafting. As you can see in this picture, she got frosting all over the back of the chair while she was frosting cookies, but that came off fairly easily. I'm trying to trim these down just a little bit just because I want to get this all on one page and I don't know any other way to do it. So, I don't know if I'm having a hot flash or if it's just really hot in here. My goodness, it's crazy hot. Okay, so this is perfect for the hot cocoa one. I don't really want to use that. I have a hot cocoa picture. So I have basically, it's like 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock, everything is packed. All of our bags for Chicago are packed. Minnie J is here. He has stayed here all week. We could do this, I suppose. That would be cute. He's been here all week. And we're bringing him up with us. It's just a lot for him. It's a lot for him to, and it's really hard for Jordan to like handle like 3 kids, and Jordan is disabled, so it's kind of difficult. Minnie Jordan is disabled, so she has with her, she has her brother Carter, who is 9 up there, and she has Corbin, who is 1, and that's who they have up in Chicago right now. They had to go up on Wednesday because Hunter had to set up, and so they've been up there since Wednesday, and they're having a good time. Hunter's shown a couple pictures of his display, little sneak peeks of what he made. This year he did Clone Wars. And I won't know until I get up there for sure, but I think that that's what everybody was doing this year in their Lego lug. They always do Star Wars because they're a Star Wars Lego lug. But I think everybody was doing Clone Wars this year, but I'm not sure. But I know for sure Hunter's is Clone Wars, and it's one scene from the Clone Wars movie or episode or whatever. So that's what he did, and it's like as big as 2 tables. So 2 great big tables. But it'll be fun going up there. Things have been pretty chill this week. I start my new kiddo next week. The one that I've been waiting to start for a while because of speech. but we got on the same page with speech. And so we are going to start next Thursday, this child. And I actually got to meet the speech pathologist this week. It was kind of funny how it happened. I had only texted her because she's from Chicago. And we'd been texting back and forth trying to figure out a day that we could both like do sessions at the same time with this one child. And she and so I went to see one of my clients on Tuesday, and he was having speech. And so, you know, I came in and I was like, hi, you know, I'm DT, you know, and she's like, I'm speech, you know, and she's like, I'm just finishing up. And I was like, oh, that's fine. And I said, I'm Amy. And she's like, I'm Mary Ann. And I was like, or she said, I'm Mary Beth. And I said, are you the same Mary Beth that I'm collaborating with? And she's like, oh yeah, next week with that client. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, nice to meet you. So we were like, we got to meet each other. And so that was kind of nice that I kind of got to meet her ahead of time. So I was like, oh, I didn't know you were this child's speech pathologist. And she's like, yeah. So I think it'll work out good. She's probably older than me, so that, like, not that I don't like working with people that are younger than me. That's fine. But I just feel more comfortable working with people my age. I mean, it's just, I mean, I guess everybody does, you know, you just feel. I don't know if this should go this way or this way. I think probably this way. So I'm going to put this way down at the bottom so I can get these other pictures on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put them side by side though. Unless I do that. Well, how is that going to work? Unless I put one like over here. Just cut it the size of a card. I could do that. If I do this one, that's like gonna cut off her cookie. Yeah, I better just do this. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll cut this one like, I think I can get it where it works. We'll see. I'm getting to that point again, you guys. Every time I'm like 3/4 of the way done with the December Daily album, I'm done. Like, I am done. I'm done with Christmas. I'm so over it. And it's so funny because I love doing this every year, but usually I'm done by now. This is June and I'm still working on my December Daily for 2024. But man, I'm telling you, I burn out with this kind of stuff because it's the same supplies over and over again. And it's just, you know, the same thing. I'm just trying to think up different ideas to like that will work in a mini album, and you know, you just get tired of it. You get tired of doing the same thing over and over again. Or at least I do. That's why I love like doing my own page kits and then just like randomly doing photos, because I don't go in chronological order. So I can scrapbook whatever and it's like totally different. And I feel like regular scrapbooking too, I'm not in such a rush. Like I feel like this heaviness, like I'm in a rush to get this done. Like I have to get this done, you know, so I can work on other stuff. And I don't think it should feel that way, really. But so I'm going to put currently there since she's wearing pink. This will go on the back of that one. How am I going to do this where her fingers are not cut off? This is going to be hard. Like half of her body is going to be cut off, but that's okay. I think it'll be okay. Really, I just need her face, so we're going to see. So I'm just holding a card here and cutting it. Oh. I feel like I'm running on empty. I have felt so awful the past couple days. Like really bad. The worst stomach aches and like, I mean, not TMI, but like I have been burping like so loud, like it's coming like from deep in my stomach. I mean, I feel like the medication that I take, it like slows down your digestive system, so you feel full, and that's fine and good, but if it sits in there too long, then it like it creates gas, you know, in your stomach, and it's just not healthy at all to have that. And I don't know, but yesterday I was coming back from Middletown seeing a client, and while I was seeing this child, I was starting to feel sick. Like I was like feeling, and I was like, do not get sick, you know, just make it through this session. So I made it through the session, got to my car, was driving home, and like as soon as I pulled out of the driveway, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel really bad. And like about a quarter of a mile from their house, now thank God they live out in the country, I pulled over and I just threw up in the middle of the road. Like I could barely like get my door open. There were some guys like working in a field, and I was like, just let me get past these guys. I do not want to pull over like right in front of them and puke. And so I'm like holding my hand over my mouth because it's just like it wants to like come out. And I got past them, went around the curve, kind of by this wooded area, and I like stopped the car, opened the door. I was like, oh man, that was bad. That was really bad. So I've been trying to like eat like just easy to digest foods like since then, so I don't have that I don't have that issue again, or whatever's going on, like that food will digest, and so I can, you know. Oh, I know what I was going to do with this. I was going to use these cookies. These cookie buttons or whatever. So we have cookie cutters. This is so cute. This would have been really cute for a shaker. So we have flour. These are just normal buttons. We have a mixing bowl. This says baked with love. That's sweet. Here's a cookie. Do a couple of those. Maybe a cookie cutter. We have trees. So we could do that. Maybe that. I don't really want to use these because I didn't really make these cookies. She just kind of decorated them. Maybe we should put a little gingerbread guy too. There. Okay, so I'm going to put the rest of these in something else because I don't really like that container. What can I put it in? Yeah, there's stuff in there. I guess I could put it in here. This little jar. Whoa, almost lost a star. There. So that will work. We'll just set that back here. When I want to use that again. What else do I have here? That's kind of cool, keeping things simple. Maybe I'll put that on that page. I could do well, there are stockings here. One of my biggest problems right now is just like trying to think of what I can do without feeling scatterbrained. Because I'm kind of feeling scatterbrained. This is what happens when I have too much on my plate. Okay. So I could glue some of these on. I'm gonna need my clipper if I have it in here. And I hope I do. To cut off these things. Well, I could use this, I guess. These medical scissors. I used to have a Tim Holtz pair of scissors that was good for cutting off. Well, that was the only one that I needed to cut off the thing. They were like wire cutter scissors, and I don't know what happened to them. So I just cut off the shank on these buttons. Okay. So if I do like baked with love up here, and then with a cookie cutter here, and then this one kind of like that, I can pick it up. Goodness, that does not want to lift up. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to use, what is this kind of glue? This is Leathercraft Cement. I have Scotch Quick Dry, or Scotch Tacky Glue. I think we'll do that. I think glue is going to stick it the best. Hopefully. We'll see. I don't know what is going on with my fingers. I used to have like really, like I could like a lot of precision in with my fingers. Like I could cut out really intricate patterns, and I could, you know, my fine motor control was really good. But I've noticed as I've aged, it's not that great anymore. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just something that goes away, because I certainly use like all these skills, you know. I'm constantly using like fine motor activities. So that wouldn't be the reason, like, of non-use or something like that, but I don't know. It's just not as great as it once was. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do there. And then this one, I want to do keeping things simple. But should I put it there? Right there. Not sure. I need to take this off because this definitely needs to dry. So I'm going to take this page off and probably this page off, because I don't think I'll probably have time to do any more than like that. That should be it. And I'm going to set this aside so that has time to dry, because I have done the other before, not waited, and then it was just a big mistake. So when you've been scrapbooking as long as I have, you learn. You learn from your mistakes for sure. And I've made plenty of mistakes when it comes to scrapbooking. My philosophy is put a sticker on it. Put a sticker on it. There's no reason to redo the page. Unless you are using a Creative Memories album and you're scrapbooking pages, and one page, and I've done this too because I do like without Creative Memories too, so I should probably clarify, because I scrapbook both sides of the paper. But when you do one layout one way and then you flip it over to do the second layout, and like the first layout is upside down, yeah, there is not much you can do there except for redo the layout or leave it the same, but that would drive me crazy to leave it. Generally I don't redo layouts, so all right, there we go. So I've been like so busy lately that I have not even like, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what hotel we're staying at in Chicago, even though I booked it. It's in my email, like the confirmation and all that stuff is in my email. Couldn't tell you. I'm just not doing very well in that department right now, like remembering things. So we could do cheer. I'm trying to think, like, because I want it like this, it's gonna go this way. Gotta make sure that, yeah, because that's music on the back. Okay, so I'm gonna do like the sticker here. And I like this one good with a tiny bit of naughty. That is definitely Esme for sure. She's not really too naughty, but she has some moments, like we all do. My grandkids are all really pretty good. The one that was the handful is my grandson that passed away. He was a little handful, but he's definitely missed. I would take him any day, like to have him back here with us, even though he's a little handful. I feel like he was too young to have to go through all that. That's just, I almost drowned when I was a child, and I just remember how terrifying that was, that feeling of like I can remember, I was little. I was probably five or six maybe. And we were in Florida. My dad had taken us to Disney World because our house had burnt down. So it was the same year that our house burnt down. That would have been really tragic if I had drowned. But we each had, Jenny and I each had a beach ball that we were playing with. And the adults had grabbed it, my ball. They let Jenny keep hers because she was little, but they took my ball because they thought, well, she's older. You know, my parents were of the adage that, you know, that like the oldest child was like somehow partially an adult, I guess. I don't know. But like they took so many risks with me that I would have never done with my kids. But I was kind of an overprotective parent too. Just because of that fact of all the times that I could have really, really gotten hurt really bad or died. There were lots of times. But in this situation, they'd take my beach ball, and it was a pool that did not have a gradual like cut off for like, you know, between the 3 foot and the 5 foot. So I was in the 3 foot, and somehow I got pushed over to the 5 foot, and I went under. And I just remember thinking, I'm going to die. You know, I'm going to drown. And so I can remember it like it was yesterday, that I was like, well, I had seen people swim before. And so, and I didn't know how to swim, but I tried to like move my arms, like trying to swim, like I had seen it done, and it wasn't working. And then all of a sudden somebody grabbed me out of the water, which I found out later was my dad. I didn't remember for years that my dad had grabbed me out. I just thought some nice man was sitting by the side of the pool and he grabbed me out of the water. But my dad's like, that was me. I did that. So I don't know if he like was watching me and like realized I had gone under. I'm not sure. You know how you perceive things when you're a kid. You don't really realize that, but I just remember how terrifying that was. But it didn't keep me from like wanting to swim. It did terrify me to jump off the diving board though, because it took me a long time in swimming lessons to be able to jump off the diving board. I was terrified of the diving board. I think it was because it was in deep water and I had almost drowned and all that, you know. But eventually I remember the teacher just threw me in. Like I was standing there at the end of the diving board, and the swimming teacher just went up on the diving board because they had coaxed me. They were like, jump off, come on, jump off. And I was holding up the line, and I just remember the swimming teacher just coming up there and just throwing me in. And so then I was forced to swim to the side, so. But I doubt that they would do that nowadays. That was back in the 70s. And I remember like there was a teacher in the water too. I don't think, or a lifeguard or somebody in the water. Like had I not, you know, been able to swim to the side, somebody would have rescued me, but I don't know. All Together. I like that one. Let's Celebrate. I'm just gonna put this like this. I don't know if these are straight or not. The screw fell out of my glasses, and I was going to go with Scott this morning to get a new screw put in, but I didn't want to get Jordy out, and we just had a lot like that we needed to get ready to go, and then so I was like, well, I'll just stay home and you can go. And he was supposed to meet a guy in Springfield to sell Ethan's drum set because Ethan wanted to sell his drum set. It's taking up too much room in his bedroom and he was tired of it, and so the guy was going to come to our house, and I said, well, my husband has a doctor's appointment in Springfield. Why doesn't he just bring it to you if you'll meet him in the parking lot of the office? And so he did. And so then Scott got the cash and he gave it to Ethan. What do I want to do with these? You know, we got a lot of Christmas cards, so maybe I'll put mail here. And I'll... What?
Should I feed him again?
Yes.
He's crying, throwing a fit, stuff.
Oh, he's throwing a fit?
Yeah, he's like not happy.
Okay, yeah, give him 2 more pouches of food. Hopefully he doesn't have a stomach ache.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because I gave him his medicine last time with water. But put him in the recliner. Like, pull out the recliner, set him in the recliner after you feed him. Okay. See if that helps. Check to see if his stomach is hard too.
Check before I feed him first?
Yeah, don't feed him until you check. His stomach needs to be soft.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's unusual for him to cry like that.
Yeah.
So I just fed him like at 10 o'clock. So I'm hoping he's not... I didn't give him a stomach ache giving him his medicine, but he was feeling stiff. The only medicine he takes is Baclofen, and it like keeps him from getting like stiff. I'll put counting the days here. And so I gave him some this morning because his legs felt stiff. And I dissolved it in water, which you're supposed to do, so you can put it through his tube, but he might just be mad too. You just never know. But he's been chill like this whole week, like smiling, just happy, you know. But he's nonverbal, so you just gotta kind of try to figure out what's going on, why he's upset, and you know. Okay, so that looks good. I don't know what I'm going to do here yet. I know here I will probably put like maybe like some words to a song about making cookies or something like that. I don't know. But that looks fine for that page. Okay, I'm going to try to get through a couple more just quickly. I should pay more attention to the time. I should be wearing my watch. Okay, so these, gosh, there's 4 photos. Here's our little guy that passed away. Kason. There's me and Esme. There's Jordy, the one I was just talking about that's screaming in the living room right now. So, let's see, what are we going to do here? This was a festival we went to. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all these pictures on here, on this page. I don't know. So we're just going to have to see. I mean, parts of it can be cropped for sure. Like a lot of that can be cropped. We're going to see. So a local church was putting on this Christmas festival or carnival for the kids in the community. And so we took the grandkids there, and they could see Santa, but Santa and his wife were up on stage, which made absolutely no sense considering, you know, there are kids in wheelchairs. Like, how in the heck would you get a child in a wheelchair up the stairs on the stage to see Santa? It just didn't make sense to me why they would put a, you know, yeah, aesthetically it looked good, but like functionally not so much. So, so we just didn't have the kids see Santa there. Like, they saw him from afar, but that was okay, because when we had gone to the parade, or the tree lighting, sorry, not the parade, the tree lighting, I can cut that girl off. I don't know who she is, so I might just cut her off. And I don't know who this girl is. That's Esme, and then Kason is here, and that's Jordan. And Esme wanted her picture taken in the gingerbread, so I did that with her. And then we did one of Jordy, because he couldn't get his face in there. I really don't need this here, since it's just of Jordy. So, okay. We'll do that. We'll see how that works. So we have this one. That's there. This is a long one though. Oh, why is there? That screenshot thing is there. Phone. I don't know why that's on that page. Okay. Well, at least my bag is packed to see my client, so it's out in the car already. Everything is pretty much out in the car for our trip, because as soon as I get home, we are leaving, like that moment. And this client is in town, so it's not going to be a long drive or anything. Actually, they don't live too far from me, so. I still have to get ready. I'm not wearing my scrubs yet, so I gotta put those on. And I just hope I don't start feeling sick on the way up to Chicago. That would be like the worst thing ever. I'm gonna cut her off more. We don't know you, girl, so you're not pertinent to this this layout. So Jordan took some pictures last night and posted them on Facebook about Corbin swimming with Carter in his little one-piece little swimsuit outfit. He's so cute. He's the cutest little baby. And she finally got his haircut. Corbin has had why do I not have any pictures of Corbin at this festival? Did I not print any out? I thought I printed one out of Corbin. Did I? Well, the next picture is of Corbin, so I guess that's just gonna have to be it. There was a cute one of him hooking a candy cane. I thought I printed that one out, but I guess I didn't. I ran out of ink and paper on my selfie, and so some of the photos that I had in the queue to print out, they didn't get printed out because I had run out. So I think I'm going to cut a little of that off the top there. Okay. I wish I would have worn my watch in here so I could see what time it is. But I don't think this video will be too long. I'm not super chatty today, so mainly because I don't feel very good. I did take some Gas X this morning though, so I'm feeling a little bit better. Like some of that gas is going away. Last night I could not sleep at all. I was like laying in bed in pain, belching like crazy. There we go. Now I just need something here that kind of like will help tie it all together, because now, what embellishment should I use? So I know I promised I would make a shaker in this video, but I am not gonna have time to make a shaker in this video. It'll have to be the next video. So. Good memories. That'd be cute. Seeing, you know, remembering Kaysen. There we go. Maybe I could put play or something there. Fun. Hopefully that worked. Jordy feels okay now. I feel so bad for him. CP is so much like a stroke victim because like their mind is intact. They're able to think, and you know, they know what their needs are. They just are unable to like communicate that to other people. It's like being in prison in your own body. And I know sometimes when we get it right, like sometimes when we figure it out, like last night he was sleeping and he was restless and he just didn't, you know, he was like not happy about something. And I told Scott, I said, I think he wants a pillow, because we had a pillow like on the side of him, and he kept trying to like maneuver his body over to like lay on the pillow, like lay his head on the pillow, but the pillow was on the side of him. And I told Scott, I'm like, I think he wants a pillow. And I didn't think that Jordan used pillows for him in his bed. So we have extra pillows in here, in this room, in the closet. And I said, can you go grab a pillow? And so Scott grabbed a pillow, put it down, maneuvered him over so he was laying on the pillow, and we got the biggest smile. That was it. He wanted a pillow. And he slept fine all night, so. But he's been going to summer school because they're trying to teach him. They have given up on the eye gaze system. It's not working very well. So they're using a switch that he hits with his head, because he just doesn't have the motor control in his hands. And it's working really well. He's able to answer questions and like make it like talk for him and things like that. So that's nice. So with his head, he'll like hit the switch and I'll move over to the word he wants, you know, or the picture. I'm not sure if they're using pictures or words right now, but if it gives him some sort of independence, that's all that matters, you know. Everybody wants some independence. Well, they're wearing Christmas sweaters. I could do the Christmas sweater here, but I don't know where I would put it, because they're wearing their... There's a gingerbread house. Wonder if I could put that somewhere. So there's gingerbread men. That in the middle. I could do this. Merry memories. Like over fun. can still see Fender. There. I like that. Now we just need numbers. This is still day 23. So we'll do okay. There's that one. As soon as I'm done with this, I need to send over my hours so I get paid. Tomorrow's payday, so. All right. So this picture is of Corbin. So that's going to just be Corbin alone. Corbin and Poppy. For some reason, Corbin is like, Poppy is his favorite right now. Above all else. Unless he's sad. If he's sad or he wants to play, then he wants me. But like otherwise, it's all about Poppy. Because Poppy does silly things with him. He, you know, he'll lift him up and turn him upside down and all the, you know, things that are predominantly men, you know, that men do with babies. And he thinks that's fun. I wish I knew where that thing was, but I'm just going to poke a hole. Because I don't want to look for it. I don't have time. Oh, I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone right now. Like, I'm having like outer body experiences. Or in real life, maybe that's called vertigo or something like that. I'm just not feeling it right now. And I'm feeling rushed. Could I do Poppy with this? P-O... No. Yeah, P-O-P-P-Y. No. No, there's only 2 P's. I need more than 2 P's. I could do Corbin. Those are the wrong colors. I have white. I do Corbin and Poppy. I really need to clean out this cart because I'm really having difficulty finding scrap paper. Like, where is all the scrap paper? It's kind of frustrating because I thought I put all the scrap paper in here and there just doesn't seem to be any. I know I didn't use it all. Buried, I guess. There really isn't anything. I guess I have some in here. What would look good with sage? Looks like a sage green. Gold, blue, pretty red heart. Black. Like a different color green. I have this gold and this gold. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. Don't know. Work with what I've got. I kind of like gold in this color. This too. I feel like I'm going in slow motion. Do you ever feel like you are just rushing constantly to like, you know, oh, well, as soon as I'm done with this, then, you know, life will be easier. You know, as soon as I get this done. Like, I remember when I was in school, it was like, oh, as soon as I'm done with this degree, then, you know, everything will be good. Oh, as soon as I get a good job, you know, the job that I want, things will be great, you know. And it's like, now it's like a race to the clock too, you know, trying to get these classes done before my credential expires, finding enough classes out there to fulfill that. And it's like, I mean, I need to call them because I got an email that said that like I have an extended period of time because of there being a shortage of us. And but then the next day I got an email that said disregard this message or disregard the first email. And I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? So I do have to have it done? Like I don't know what that means. But it said, when it said disregard this message, it said like emergency waiver is what it said on there. Emergency waiver. Like, so I don't know if I don't have, like, I don't know. I'm still doing the classes because I'm afraid that I can't, like, I would lose my job if my credential expired, you know. But I haven't received the updated credential either, so I don't know what's going on there. But I need to call and find out. it's hard. It's hard because all of us are in the same, like, are through the same program. So, like, some of, I don't know if whoever sent me that email that was for, like, SLPs and OTs and PTs and not for DT, or if it was, you know, I don't know. That's why I need to find out. I probably should be doing that instead of this, but that's okay. You gotta take a break sometimes too. You can't be on like constantly, which I feel like I am a lot of the time. I'm like constantly on. And you gotta just be like, okay, you know what you need. You know what your self-care, whatever it is. I mean, I don't really like the term self-care because it's like, of course we want to take care of ourselves. And maybe it is that we don't make a point to, like, we put ourselves last, which mothers do a lot. That's cute. Take time and chase the snowflakes. That definitely matches this page. That makes sense. I mean, when you have grandchildren, you know, you need to slow down. And, like, sometimes I feel like, you know, when you're raising kids, you're just rushing, you know. Just going. But with grandchildren, you have a little bit more time, or you should have more time to spend with them. Doesn't always work out that way, though. And then the time's over and your kids are grown, and then you're like, wow, that went by fast. And then they start having grandchildren, and then you're starting all over again. You still yearn for when your kids were little, though. Even though you have grandchildren, you still, like, you know, I love my grandchildren to death. But I truly do miss the time when my kids were small. We did so many fun things. Just, I miss all those. And we still do fun things. I shouldn't say that we don't. We still do, but it's different, you know. Especially when they're married, because you don't want to step on toes, you know. The whole mother-in-law, daughter-in-law thing. You just don't want to step on toes. I think that happens, like, especially if you live close to one another. Like, oh boy. You know. These little acorns by the pine cones. Use those up. Those were really old. Those were from Creative Memories, like eons ago, decades ago. Okay, so if I do Corbin and Poppy, the This has to be my last page. I don't know what time it is, but I'm getting nervous. I am a slow scrapbooker, and that is the problem. Because I want everything to line up. And I don't like to feel rushed. Corbin and Poppy. I'm going to do Poppy and white. Or do I have enough peas? I don't really have enough peas. Put 23. Now this is 24. This is Christmas Eve. That. This I need to cut off. And I could do this if I made these R's into P's. I guess I could. That works too. Okay, there we go. So we'll go P. There. Corbin, Poppy, And there is a ampersand here. We'll just put that. Right. Let's do that. Corbin and Poppy. There. That works. I like that. So there's that page, and then this page, and then the one page that I had. Where did that go? Oh, this one. This goes in front of it. Yeah. That goes this way like that. So it goes there. I'm not going to put them in my book though, because I'm still going to wait until that dries. I don't think it's dry yet. So I think it takes like 24 hours. So I'm just going to leave it like that while we go to Chicago. But I thank y'all for watching. I hope you have a good weekend and stay safe out there. I know there's a lot going on this weekend, so just be safe, and I will see you next time, or next Monday or Tuesday. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.